Hi, all you teachers out there in Drumsense land, Colin Woolway again, with a little tip about bringing the drag into your everyday playing. And before I proceed, here's another little tip. I purchased one of these. It's called a ching ring. It's made by Meinl, and it's 10 quid. Well, it was 10 quid in the shop I got it from, which was Bell Percussion near where I live in Acton. So it's 10 quid for that, and you plonk it on there, and it does this. And it even does a bit of. But for teaching, it's very useful because when I'm showing timekeeping, sorry, cymbals. I find the student can hear the hi-hat better when particularly if I'm playing along with them and they're keeping time. It just brightens the whole thing up a bit, and the students are saying, because I've asked them, yes, I can hear your hi-hat better with that on. So there's a thought. Okay, so what we're going to look at is the drag. Now, if we teach a drag as a flam, but with 2 grace notes instead of 1. So we teach a flam like this. And so I'm teaching a drag as 2 grace notes on the same hand. Now I think the drag tap is where you, instead of playing like a flam tap would be, you go drag tap on the other hand, which means the tap should be played upwards. Oh, sorry. All well and good. Ratamacue. Etc. But how do we get our drag into everyday playing? A very simple example is to just invent a short fill, precede it with a drag. Almost like a ratamacue, instead of, which is a bit military, more of just a funky feel. Like a triple ratamacue. Also, if you take snare drum independence take page 3 out of Drumsense Volume 1, snare drum independence. 1, 2. I don't usually bring the drag into my teaching until the students are playing 6-2-6-2 as a roll. So if I've got them to play double stroke, so we're going 4-4-4-4, 7-stroke roll. 6-2-6-2 then is, sorry. There's the drag. There's the drag in the middle. So for some of my students, that's the first time they've played a drag. So we get to go and sit on the bench for a minute and talk about what the drag is. So if they're then doing that successfully, I get them to play snare drum number 1 and play the independent 16th note as a drag. So now the reason I hesitate there is because they're not grace notes anymore, because they're actually in a perfect musical time. So I guess they would be 30-second notes. But they're played musically, so I guess pedantically that disqualifies them from being grace notes. But discuss. You could still be grace notes but I'm just playing them in time. Or other people would call them ghost notes because they're very low key and muted. Or a double tap, if you like. That's what it is. So you're converting that 16th to a double. So snare drum number 1. The acid test is to play it there, and if you can hear, two clear notes before the down, as opposed to, or snare drum number 2. So there you go. There I'm playing on the high. That was snare drum number 3, as I'm sure you spotted. And like I say, if you know you're doing it right, if you can do it on the hi-hat, then you can clearly hear those 2 notes. So there you go. Working the drag into your everyday playing and teaching. See you next month.